LeVar Ball is one of the most obnoxiously bold sports figures in the sports world right now. And the funny thing is, he's not even an athlete. Outside of raising 3 talented basketball players, his only major accomplishment in the sports world was averaging 2.2 points per game at Washington State in the 1 year that he played there. But because of the power that the media has in modern sports, LeVar has managed to become more well known in the sports world than most athletes, simply because of the idiotic things that he says and does. If you were to ask just about anyone who has heard of his shenanigans what they think of him, they would probably tell you that he's an idiot. What most people don't realize is that LeVar Ball is actually a marketing genius. Everything that he has said over the past 3 months has made it obvious that his main goal is to promote the Big Baller brand, a company he recently started that he hopes will one day rival companies like Nike and Under Armour. LeVar and his company were both fairly unknown until February of this year, when he told TMZ in an interview that Lonzo, his oldest son and Player of the Year candidate, was better than Steph Curry, the reigning NBA MVP. Regardless of whether or not he actually believed what he was saying, LeVar gained absurd amounts of media attention over his comment, and the Big Baller brand website saw a massive spike in traffic. It was at that point that LeVar realized that being an idiot could get him and his brand more publicity than really anything else that he could do. Whether or not he realized it before that comment, I believe that at that point LeVar realized that he could gain his brand national and even worldwide fame by being a professional idiot. From that point forward, it seemed that at least once a week, there was a LeVar Ball quote that gained widespread media attention. No less than a week later, LeVar told reporters that his son Lonzo would not play for any team except the Lakers. A couple weeks later, he followed up that absurd claim with maybe his most ridiculous one ever.
We talk about the GOAT here, the greatest of all time, Michael Jordan, and you running your mouth talking about you gonna beat him one-on-one. Why would you say something so blasphemous?
In my heyday,
blasphemous.
he would need help.
Really?
He too
Really?
small. His name is big, and y'all like, it was a
And
5-on-5.
and
5-on-5 game, he good. One-on-one, I'm undefeated, never lost.
Right off the bat, you already know that LeVar Ball is there to troll people. Most likely, there is no one in the world that can honestly say that they've never lost a game of one-on-one basketball. And if there is someone that can say it, it's definitely not the guy who averaged 2.2 points per game in college.
Will you stop it? Don't
Never
apologize
lost
on TV.
one-on-one.
That don't make any sense. Listen.
Ain't nobody beat me in heyday one-on-one.
Why you saying stuff
Took
like
you the
that?
distance.
Let's pause it right there. This man is trolling people so hard that he can't even help but smiling. There is no chance that he believes what he's saying, but he knows that as long as he keeps up the charade, he will continue to get media attention from media outlets like ESPN and Bleacher Report.
One-on-one.
That's exactly. You look like you were tired.
Hey, let me
of
ask you this like I tell him.
You did. That's why you smiling right
Did
now.
I win or lose? Did I win or lose?
Right.
All I care about is the W. I don't
You were
care how I
tired
get
from
it.
damn.
That statement right there says enough about LeVar Ball to bring us to where we are right now. He doesn't care about his reputation, how he's viewed by the media, or how it will affect his sons, just as long as the Big Baller brand becomes successful and he gets the W. Last week, Lonzo was denied a shoe deal with Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour because his dad refused to do anything but accept a licensing deal with one of those companies alongside the Big Baller brand. Knowing how much media attention any kind of shoe news would get following that kind of headline, the Big Baller brand announced the Zoe 2 Primes, Lonzo's first shoe, which would be priced at $495 per pair, and slides that would go along with it that would sell for $220 per pair. First of all, if we're being really honest, these shoes are basically just an uglier version of Kobe's, and they definitely cost a lot more. The thing is, I don't think that LeVar Ball really believes that these shoes will sell. Very few people are willing to pay $500 for a pair of basketball shoes, and if they are, it's definitely not going to be from a player who has never stepped foot in the NBA. I honestly believe that these shoes cost $500 because LeVar knew that the media would not pay much attention to a fairly priced pair of shoes. Yes, maybe there would be a few comments on Lonzo's first pair of shoes, but when the Zoe 2s were announced to be $500 on Thursday, the entire basketball world made their outrage known on social media. Later that night, he responded to the Twitter world with his most ridiculously idiotic statement yet. If you can't afford the ZO2s, you are not a big baller. Congratulations, LeVar. You have successfully trolled the Twitter world. A man with only 25,000 Twitter followers managed to get almost 23,000 retweets, and web traffic for the big baller brand skyrocketed. Right now, I think Lavar could care less whether or not the shoes are selling. There have been reports that less than 500 pairs of the shoe have sold, but if I'm LaVar Ball, I am perfectly alright with that. Thanks to his pricing tactic, he, his sons, and his brand are now more famous than most NBA players. This man has successfully trolled his way to internet fame in a span of 3 months, and there is no doubt in my mind that he will continue to do so as long as people are willing to pay attention to his antics. I'm personally not a LaVar Ball fan. I think his negativity and his big mouth are negatively affecting the basketball world in a lot of ways, and I think that what he's doing will definitely hurt his sons' careers in the long run. But when you look at what he's done in building his brand, you have to admit that either accidentally or on purpose, he is a marketing genius. If the big baller brand were to now release a reasonably priced shoe, sales would be exponentially bigger than they ever would have been prior to the release of the Zo 2s. So that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I actually am a marketing major, so this is really interesting for me, just in comparing what he does to what corporations do, and I really enjoyed this. So if you guys enjoyed this, you want to see more videos like this, not necessarily like marketing type videos, but videos just about what's going on in the basketball world, whatever that would be, definitely make sure you drop a comment down below and also hit that like button. I would really appreciate it if you guys did that, and that is going to be about it, so I will see you guys next time.